The Ford Maverick is one of the most interesting vehicles on the road today because it does something many modern trucks have forgotten how to do. It makes everyday driving practical again while still looking rugged, useful, and fun. In a world where pickups have become larger, heavier, more expensive, and often too oversized for normal life, the Maverick arrives like a smart reset button. It brings back the idea that a truck can be affordable, easy to park, fuel-efficient, city-friendly, and still capable enough to handle real work. That combination is exactly why the Ford Maverick has become such a hot topic among drivers, families, commuters, small business owners, first-time truck buyers, and even people who never thought they would want a pickup in the first place. At first glance, the Maverick has a strong and confident design that instantly gives off truck energy without trying too hard. It doesn't look weak or toy-like, and it doesn't need to be giant to feel capable. The front end has a bold face with clean lighting, a wide grille, and a stance that feels modern and athletic. The body lines are simple but purposeful, and the bed proportions make it clear that this truck was designed for utility, not just appearance. There is something refreshingly honest about the Maverick's styling. It doesn't pretend to be a heavy-duty monster, but it also doesn't apologize for being compact. Instead, it embraces its role as a smart truck for modern life, and that confidence is a huge part of its appeal. One of the biggest reasons the Ford Maverick stands out is because of how well it fits into the real world. Many people love the idea of owning a truck but hate the downsides that usually come with it. Full-size pickups can be difficult to maneuver in traffic, stressful to park in tight urban spaces, and expensive to fuel every week. The Maverick solves those problems in a way that feels genuinely thoughtful. It is compact enough to drive like a normal vehicle, yet versatile enough to offer the open-bed utility that SUVs simply cannot match. That means owners can load furniture, bikes, gardening tools, construction supplies, sports gear, camping equipment, or even home improvement materials without dealing with the limitations of an enclosed cargo area. That kind of freedom changes how useful a daily vehicle can be. Inside, the Maverick continues this practical philosophy with a cabin that feels modern, functional, and cleverly designed. The interior is not about flashy luxury for the sake of it. Instead, it focuses on usability, comfort, and smart storage solutions. There are plenty of little spaces to hold phones, drinks, cables, bags, and all the random things people carry every day. The layout is clean and easy to understand, which is important for a vehicle meant to fit into busy lives. The seating position gives drivers that slightly elevated truck-like view of the road, which many people enjoy because it creates a feeling of confidence and control. At the same time, the overall cabin still feels approachable and easy to live with, much like a crossover or compact SUV. For families, commuters, and younger buyers, that balance is especially important. The Maverick doesn't ask you to compromise your entire lifestyle just to own a pickup. It works for grocery runs, office commutes, school drop-offs, road trips, and weekend adventures all in one package. This flexibility is a major reason why it has built such a loyal following. In many ways, the Maverick represents a new type of truck buyer. Instead of targeting only traditional pickup owners, it opens the door for a much wider audience. People who previously drove sedans, hatchbacks, or small SUVs are suddenly looking at a truck and thinking, actually, this makes sense for me. One of the strongest talking points of the Ford Maverick is fuel efficiency. This is where the truck really breaks expectations and creates excitement. Traditional trucks are often known for consuming large amounts of fuel, especially when used mainly as daily transportation. The Maverick changes that narrative by offering a much more economical ownership experience. This makes it especially attractive to drivers who want truck practicality without feeling punished at the gas station. In an era where fuel costs and long-term running expenses matter more than ever, that advantage becomes impossible to ignore. The Maverick proves that utility and efficiency do not have to be enemies. In fact, when combined properly, they create one of the smartest vehicle formulas on the market. Performance is another area where the Maverick earns respect because it understands its mission. This is not a truck trying to be a race machine or an extreme off-road beast by default. Instead, it focuses on delivering useful, accessible capability for everyday owners. That means confident acceleration, stable road manners, easy drivability, and enough power for the tasks most people actually do. Whether you are merging onto the highway, carrying supplies in the bed, or heading out on a weekend getaway, the Maverick feels composed and capable. That matters more than exaggerated numbers for many buyers. A vehicle that feels right in daily use often becomes more valuable than one built mainly for bragging rights. Ride quality is another surprising strength. Because of its design and overall size, the Maverick tends to feel smoother and more car-like than many traditional pickups. This is a huge win for people who spend a lot of time on normal roads and highways. Trucks have often required a trade-off where capability comes at the cost of comfort, but the Maverick narrows that gap beautifully. It offers a driving experience that feels approachable even for people who have never owned a pickup before. The steering, visibility, and general ease of use make it feel unintimidating, and that opens the truck world to a much broader audience. The cargo bed is where the Maverick reminds everyone why trucks remain so useful. Even though it is smaller than the bed on larger pickups, it is extremely practical for daily life. Most people do not need a massive construction-grade truck bed every day. What they need is enough space to haul the things life throws at them without renting a trailer or borrowing someone else's vehicle. That is exactly where the Maverick shines. It turns ordinary tasks into easy ones. Picking up furniture, moving boxes, carrying yard waste, transporting sports equipment, or loading up for a camping trip becomes simple and stress-free. The open bed adds a kind of versatility that no typical compact SUV can truly replace. What makes the Maverick even more impressive is that it doesn't just rely on raw utility. It also brings clever thinking into how that utility is delivered. The vehicle feels designed by people who understand how owners actually use their trucks. That human-centered design approach is one of the Maverick's secret weapons. It is not about excess. It is about usefulness. And usefulness, when done right, becomes deeply satisfying. People love vehicles that make their lives easier, and the Maverick does exactly that in dozens of little ways. Another reason the Ford Maverick has become such a standout is its value proposition. For years, many new vehicles, especially trucks, have become so expensive that buyers feel locked out of the market. The Maverick disrupted that conversation by proving that a new truck could still be realistically attainable for a wider range of buyers. That alone made it feel exciting and almost rebellious in the modern automotive world. It offered something many people had been waiting for, a vehicle that felt fresh, useful, stylish, and financially sensible at the same time. In a market full of expensive options loaded with unnecessary bulk, the Maverick arrived as a breath of fresh air. Technology inside the Maverick also plays an important role in its popularity. Modern buyers expect connectivity, convenience, and safety, and the Maverick understands that expectation. It is a truck designed for people who live connected lives, which means technology is not treated like an afterthought. Instead, it supports the overall experience and helps the vehicle feel current and relevant. For younger buyers especially, that matters a lot. They want practicality, yes, but they also want their vehicle to feel modern and integrated into their daily digital routine. The Maverick delivers that without losing its simple and useful identity. From a lifestyle perspective, the Maverick has a unique charm that is difficult to fake. It fits into multiple worlds at once. It can belong to a student, a young entrepreneur, a family, an outdoor enthusiast, a content creator, a contractor, or a commuter. That wide lifestyle compatibility is one of its biggest strengths. Some vehicles are very good at one thing but awkward at everything else. The Maverick is different. It feels adaptable, and adaptability is one of the most valuable qualities a modern vehicle can have. Buyers today want flexibility because life itself is unpredictable. A vehicle that can handle work, travel, hobbies, errands, and everyday responsibilities without becoming a burden is incredibly appealing. There is also an emotional side to the Maverick's success. It feels honest. That may sound like a strange thing to say about a vehicle, but it matters. Some vehicles try too hard to impress with exaggerated styling, oversized dimensions, or features that seem more focused on marketing than real ownership. The Maverick feels more grounded. It knows what it is, and it does that job well. That honesty creates trust. Buyers feel like they are getting something genuinely useful instead of something designed only to look good in a brochure. In an industry where hype often overshadows practicality, the Maverick's straightforward charm feels refreshing. For people interested in customization and lifestyle content, the Maverick also offers plenty of appeal. It is the kind of vehicle that owners enjoy personalizing to match their needs and personality. Whether someone wants to make it more adventure-ready, more urban, more sporty, or more work-focused, the Maverick provides a flexible foundation. That makes it especially appealing for YouTube audiences, social media creators, and automotive enthusiasts who love to explore how a vehicle can fit different lifestyles. It is easy to imagine the Maverick in all kinds of real-world scenarios, and that visual versatility gives it strong content potential. Another area where the Maverick deserves credit is how it challenges old assumptions about what a truck buyer looks like. For a long time, trucks were marketed in a very narrow way, often focused on toughness, extreme capability, and traditional masculine identity. The Maverick broadens that image. It says a truck can also be smart, efficient, stylish, practical, and accessible. That shift is culturally important because it makes truck ownership more inclusive and more realistic for modern drivers. It invites people into the segment rather than intimidating them away from it. If you think about the future of vehicles, the Maverick actually feels like a blueprint for where the market should go. More buyers want efficient, multi-purpose vehicles that make sense in urban and suburban environments. They want something useful but not wasteful, stylish but not oversized, capable but not excessive. The Maverick sits right in that sweet spot. It answers the needs of a changing generation of drivers who care about cost, functionality, and lifestyle compatibility. It is not just another truck. It is a sign of how smart vehicle design can reshape expectations. For road trips and weekend escapes, the Maverick is also easy to appreciate. It offers enough room and practicality to support spontaneous adventures while remaining manageable and comfortable enough for long drives. Whether heading to the mountains, the beach, a campsite, or simply out of town for a few days, it brings a sense of readiness that many compact vehicles lack. That spirit of "I can do more with this" is a big part of what makes ownership satisfying. Vehicles are not just machines. They are tools for experiences. The Maverick understands that, and it delivers a sense of possibility that goes beyond specifications. From a content creation perspective, the Ford Maverick is exactly the kind of vehicle that performs well on YouTube because it connects with so many viewer interests at once. It appeals to truck fans, budget-conscious buyers, first-time car shoppers, outdoor lifestyle audiences, family vehicle researchers, and people simply curious about whether a small truck can actually replace an SUV or sedan. That broad audience appeal makes it a powerful topic because viewers can see themselves in it. And when people can imagine a vehicle fitting into their own life, engagement naturally follows. In many ways, the Maverick has become more than just a vehicle. It has become a symbol of practical innovation in a category that badly needed it. It reminds the market that not every truck needs to be enormous, thirsty, and intimidating. Sometimes the smartest product is the one that understands real life best. That is exactly what the Maverick does. It brings back the idea that a truck can be useful for normal people on normal budgets, in normal daily situations, and still feel cool, desirable, and exciting. At the end of the day, the Ford Maverick succeeds because it gets the fundamentals right. It looks good, drives well, saves fuel, offers real utility, feels modern, and fits into a wide range of lifestyles. It does not chase excess, it chases relevance. And in today's world, relevance is everything. People want vehicles that solve problems, reduce stress, support their routines, and open the door to more freedom. The Maverick does all of that while staying approachable and smart. That is why the Ford Maverick has earned so much attention and respect. It is not just a trend or a clever idea. It is a genuinely well-timed answer to what many drivers have been wanting for years. It combines truck DNA with everyday intelligence in a way that feels fresh, useful, and exciting. For anyone looking at the future of affordable, practical, and versatile vehicles, the Maverick stands as one of the clearest success stories in the modern automotive world. It proves that when a vehicle is designed around how people actually live, it does more than just sell well, it becomes something people truly connect with. And that connection is what turns a good truck into a standout one.